Hello there! The duo Simon and Garfunkel have written several great hits. They had a real breakthrough with the #1 hit, Sound of Silence.
People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dare disturb the sound of silence. Fools that you do not know.
The reason why this song was written remains unknown for many. Some people say that it was written to comment on the assassination of John F. Kennedy. But that seems impossible because this song was performed live 2 months prior to the assassination. The Sound of Silence was actually inspired by Simon's blind friend. Let me explain. When Garfunkel was studying at the Columbia University in New York, he met a guy with the name Sandy Greenberg. The two quickly became good friends and would sing together every night. Garfunkel would play his guitar and Greenberg was the DJ. In his book, Greenberg said, "The air was always filled with music." A few months later, Greenberg's vision worsened and not long after he became totally blind. It was a big hit for such a young man. He had to give up his dream of becoming a lawyer and a depression followed. Greenberg refused to talk to anybody until Garfunkel came in. After some difficult conversations, Garfunkel convinced Greenberg to come back to college. Greenberg was completely dependent on Garfunkel. Garfunkel had to walk him to class, and Garfunkel had to bandage the wounds. Garfunkel started calling Greenberg Darkness, referring to the blindness, which explains the first few lines.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It's a metaphor, but it refers to a real person. And the lyrics,
I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
referred to the blindness. One day, Garfunkel and Greenberg walked through New York. When they arrived at the train station, Garfunkel suddenly left, leaving the blind man totally on his own. Greenberg felt terrified. He bumped into other people and cut himself. Out of fear, he started running forward, knocking over coffee cups and briefcases. The blind man called it the worst hours of his life. When Greenberg got back at campus, he bumped into a man who apologized. It was Garfunkel. Greenberg was furious until he understood what happened. Garfunkel was by his side all along and never left him. The singer once showed his friend that he could be independent, and Garfunkel's plan worked. Greenberg felt like he could do anything. Greenberg finally felt alive again. The part of the story could explain the next part of the song.
And used to I walked along narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stared by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
But the story becomes even better. After Greenberg graduated, at the same time, Simon and Garfunkel were together and made music. The two singers were completely broke. Garfunkel called Greenberg with the question if he could borrow $400. Greenberg only had $404 in his bank account, but still, without a moment of hesitation, wrote a check for Greenberg. It felt like the only right thing to do, after all Garfunkel had helped him with. The album was a total flop, but the track Sound of Silence, which was released a year later as a single, became a #1 hit all around the world. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Do you have fun music stories? Let me know in the comments below.